Hey guys, it's RivaThames. Today I've got Missed Opportunities episode 3 I guess, and I'm going to be talking about some improvements, expanding on the roadmap and giving some suggestions towards DICE on how to make a better user experience in the game. I was inspired to make this based off the recent improvements to Hero Showdown, adding hero health and the round 1 indicators. It wasn't needed, but DICE felt it would be a better experience for us. So, the ideas in the video may not be needed, but I think would appeal to a lot of players. Starting off, I think it'd be cool if you had the option to choose who you want to see in your main menu. It could have an option inside the collection menu for all units to say, you can set this item as your background. Like this Photoshop I quickly made, something like this is what I'd hope for. And then you can see and have your favorite characters in the menus, in the home menus and all throughout the game really. I was inspired to create this based off a Reddit post highlighting how Season 2 is over but we constantly see Han Solo and Lando being promoted in the menus. It's time for a change, and I believe, giving the user the ability to choose who they want in their menus would be a lot better than just changing it to someone random. It gives the player control over their game and personalize it the way they want. More things on the menus. August, in my opinion, is looking to be the least exciting month on the roadmap for content. I'm definitely excited to see some Clone Trooper skins releasing. I'll be definitely picking all of them up. But emotes and victory poses are now being enabled to be purchased with credits or crystals. For me, that's a great move, but one that should not be the main talking point of an August update. An update like this, I'd expect DICE to surprise us with something additional. What I mean is new emotes or victory poses with this update. They don't have to be fancy, but something to say, hey guys, there's a new feature in the game. Work towards the new items we have just released so you can try it out for yourself. Now, like I said in my previous video, I understand the development behind creating things like emotes and how it's not something that can be done in a few seconds. However, I'm not going to excuse victory poses. These are more or less repositioning a character to look a certain way, made with animation and movement tools. If by the very least, I want some new victory poses to come alongside this August update. I spent a few days in Photoshop drawing out and painting some ideal victory poses I have in mind. And it could go along with the Clone Wars theme, adding 2 poses for your Clone Wars hero Yoda and 2 for Darth Maul. These poses I made were inspired off the films, how Yoda is using some kind of force, Darth Maul is striking with his lightsaber. These are just things I created myself in a few days. Just to have something as small as that into the game, I think would really engage the community. Creating a feature on top of originally made content isn't going to impress anyone realistically. From a fan's point of view, having emotes and victory poses enabled is like, okay, I'm glad, but I'm still waiting for something new. I didn't have to draw out these victory poses that I made, but I just want to show you guys how engaging it would be, seeing new content into the game that can be earned to keep us busy in August alongside those clone skins. Trust me, I completely agree with the fact emotes and poses should be purchasable, but from a gameplay perspective, it's not exciting. So, by the very least, I'm hoping for some new poses to be released. Now, I'm going to introduce you guys to a survey made by a passionate member of the Battlefront community. You can find it in the description if you want to take part. It just asks about different aspects of the game and hope to give the community more of a say in what happens. Ben Walk, our community manager himself, was interested in seeing the results to this as well. So be sure to take part if you want your voice heard. But within this survey, many great points were brought up, especially about custom hero introductions. How cool would this be? Having new animations made for when you enter the Battlefront in a heroes versus villains match. It's not really needed, as it probably would take a long time to create these to be perfect, but they would be showed off a lot more than victory poses and probably emotes. Poses usually have about maybe 3 seconds at the end of a round to show off before you get put into the end of round screen. With a custom hero introduction, you'll get a lot more use out of that, and I think it would be a really good feature for DICE to at least consider for the future. Now we're going to talk about additional troops in Galactic Assault. Now maps like Yavin, Camino and Endor, where there is multiple objectives in one phase. Especially Endor and Yavin, when there is 3 objectives you need to attack or defend. And you get 100 troops to take down 3 of these objectives. If you're in a server, it is really hard to get all 3 of those objectives in 100 troops. Most of the time, like for me at least, I usually don't get past the first phase, most of the time. Sometimes yeah, sometimes no. And I think the problem with this is you just don't have enough troops, basically. And since there's 3 objectives, I think if you take down one objective, right now you then have to take down the other 2 without any kind of reward. I think if you manage to get one, you should be rewarded with 25 extra troops. Right now, if you complete a phase in Galactic Assault, you get 50 extra troops to then pass on to the next phase. And I think adding 25 troops to winning an objective is going to push and make the gameplay more lengthy and more enjoyable for the attacking side. Usually it gets to the point there's maybe like 20 reinforcements left and it's kind of like, okay, we're not going to win this. But imagine if they got 1 point, for example. That would then boost them another 25 troops, and it will kind of bring them to say, okay, 2 more points left on Yavin, we can probably do this. It would just add a new layer to the Galactic Assault, and I think something that is needed at this point. Like Takodana, for example. When you're pushing on Takodana, the first phase is really hard for the First Order. So you pretty much waste all of your troops on that first phase. And then when you get to the second phase, when there's 2 objectives, it's even harder because you don't have enough. So I think taking 1 should grant you 25 extra troops. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think it needs to be implemented because these are the hardest attacking phases. Classes should have female and male skins, except the clones of course. But in the campaign there is a female assault trooper. Looks pretty cool for the rebellion, but it's not available in multiplayer. And I think the reason behind this is that if you see a female on the Battlefront, then you'd instantly know, okay, that's a specialist. That's why the alien skins have been broken into categories, so you can easily identify which class you're going up against. But they still have the same outfits. I mean, for me at least, it's easy to tell a specialist from an assault or a heavy trooper, for example. So I think there should be a male and female option for classes in the game. There's plenty of human heads in Battlefront 2015 and the campaign which can be used. A simple selector would be fine. Now on the topic of the campaign, I've spoke about it twice now, and at this point I just feel like I'm just speaking for no reason. Because nothing's really happened, but DICE need to realise this content will do wonders for the community in the position we're in. In my video about skins, I made 20 appearances just based off, here and there additions and just stuff from the campaign basically. You can watch that here if you want to see or wait for the end of the video. But basic easy skins to put into the game. DICE could release 2 skins every couple weeks. Right now we get a patch, update and a balance every month. Why not split it up with the weeks inside of that month? So you can have every 2 weeks, that's 4 skins a month. On top of your patch, that's a lot of exciting content in just 1 month. And like I said, I created 20 skins, just simple additions to in-game assets and reusing stuff from the campaign. If DICE were to take my suggestions of those 20 skins, this could then lead up to like 5 months worth of engaging, profitable content to keep the fans on their feet. Right now, we're just sitting here. And I think it's time to get more critical. Something needs to get done. These campaign assets need to get into the game because Clone Wars is great and all, but that's in the future. We need the same amount of focus on the present. Now we're going to go into multiplayer for a bit. The Luke Skywalker damage values. So a while ago in a patch, Luke Skywalker was given additional health, additional damage to his Force Push and his Force Repulse for Galactic Assault, you know, when you select him there. And this was because the hero designer Guillaume wanted to make a better experience, to have like a hero play differently in Heroes vs Villains, but also be really good in Galactic Assault. But it kind of just got left there. It just happened to Luke and it kind of just faded, you know. We didn't really get any updates if it's going to happen to any other heroes. It's just stuck with Luke. Now, it kind of makes Luke the only lightsaber hero, I guess, which has received this awesome treatment. And I'd like to see it happen to other heroes, as it's obvious for Luke that it's done really well in Galactic Assault. And just a quick thing to close out the video, the Last Jedi pre-order skins of Kylo Ren without the helmet with his cape, and Rey in her new Jedi robes, I guess, that were available for the pre-order, only available for the pre-order, I think should be given for all players now. Since cosmetics are now, like, you can purchase them with crystals, which is reward money, it's basically the same as a pre-order. So at this point in the game, I'm completely happy with giving these skins to fans as part of the new cosmetic system. I'm not going to feel like anything's taken away from me just because I pre-ordered to get them. I think it should be fair for everyone to get these skins because Rey's one is really cool. So hopefully these can be implemented into the cosmetics at some point. But like I said in the beginning of the video, there is a great survey going around created by a member of the community. I'd appreciate if you took a look and have your say about the game. You can find it in the description below. But that's basically it for the video. If you agreed with anything I said, be sure to leave a like and share it around if you want. Hopefully we can get this seen if you agree with my ideas. But thanks for watching. It's been Riva, and I'll see you in the next video.